Ultimate MK Podquest.
Corey,
Neil.
it is our 1 year anniversary of doing the podcast. Can you fucking believe it?
Genuinely, no. I feel like it's gone by extremely fast.
Except for these past 13 Defenders of the Realm episodes, maybe.
But wait, we've gotten through a lot of material, so it does feel like it's been very fast and also just an institution forever in my life.
Yeah. Our brain is full of so many just
Worms,
collies and rubies
Ankas,
and Darans and Omigi.
and I'm gonna throw to something you haven't heard yet. A Hakata.
A Hikata.
I don't know who that is.
There's a Hikata around now somehow. We'll talk about him later. Everybody's favorite Mortal Kombat character, Hideyoshi.
Hakata. Right.
Why wasn't Hideyoshi in that thing? They should have brought Hideyoshi back.
Asgarth.
Okay. First of all, I've been saying this since the very beginning, since episode 0. Corey, what have I said on every single episode? Every single one, no matter what we were talking about. I'm legendary for this opinion.
The phrase, opinion. I was going to say you always say Mortal Kombat every episode.
Hey, mortals, go back and listen to all the other episodes. You'll know this is absolutely true. I've said from day one that what Mortal Kombat really needs is a giant Birdman.
What Mortal Kombat really needs is a buff Sonic the Hedgehog character. And finally we have one. Asgarth. Also,
Finally.
I think this really plays into your hands. I think the first podcast anniversary is famously the wood anniversary. So I don't know if you want to like carpent up some shit or something.
I'll get to work building myself a chair finally.
Somebody please help Neil spend your donation money responsibly to buy a chair.
Listeners, you need to know I bought a chair. I ordered it online. It got delivered. It was missing a part, and I had to pack it up and return it, and I haven't gotten a chair since then.
That's the sequel to We Got a Zoo, right? I bought a chair. That's not what that movie's called, is it? We Bought a Zoo, not We Got a Zoo.
It's actually the sequel to Dude, Where's My Car, but it's about a chair instead this time.
So what my gift is for our 1 year anniversary.
I'm like Eminem in the booth. Where's my chair?
I fucking hate you. Bring the chair in so I can sit down. My legs are very tired.
I can't hear my chair in my headphones.
Do you know how long 8 miles is? I had to walk here. Both ways, uphill in the snow, because we're in Detroit. It snows here.
And there's vomit on my sweater already.
Mom's chair. My gift for the 1 year anniversary of this podcast is we don't have to watch Defenders of the Realm anymore.
Hell yeah. We did
it's
it.
so much funnier when it cuts out.
We did it, man. We made it through.
We survived.
13 episodes, and they saved the best thing for last, which is a giant Birdman.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I don't think this is the best episode.
It's got to be top 13, though, right?
Well, yeah. I actually honestly think that if I were to make a top 13, like 2 of the episodes from the Orb arc that weren't this show would make it in, and I would just leave some Defenders of the Realm out.
Wing Commander would be the best episode.
Wing Commander's in it, yeah.
Street Fighter would be like number 9.
That's the thing is, and I'm not joking, if we could include Wing Commander in the countdown, it's top 3. Easily. Easily, dude.
The same episode, or like just 3 random episodes of Wing Commander?
Oh no, like it's in the top 3.
I thought you were putting it on like 1, 2, and 3 were all Wing Commander episodes.
Orb episode is like top 3 of these.
Orb episode of Wing Commander is top 1.
Okay, I'll put it to you this way. Spoilers.
Defenders of the Realm Orb episode is 2.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
And
one
then the
with Rain
finale is
3.
3.
Maybe that one with Rain is 3rd for me, and then the finale's 4th.
Yeah, no, my top 3 absolutely includes Wing Commander Orb, Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm Orb, and Defenders of the Realm finale.
This was
better.
It's
better.
A shame because you can tell with the increased animation attention, this is where the show would have gone if they had gotten a season 2, right? Because another thing that happened, if we compare the other USA shows, right? The Street Fighter cartoon, season 2, way better animated than season 1. Savage Dragon, season 2, we watched the season 2 episode. It still looked like garbage, but it looked less like garbage. It looked less like garbage than season 1 of Savage Dragon.
Can I make a quick argument? I don't want to say attention to animation. It's that the animators were apparently given time and money, which they don't seem like they had before.
Yeah, they had time to finish, shading and stuff.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the aesthetic presentation of the Defenders of the Realm finale, look it up.
Yeah.
It is leaps and fucking bounds. It's
wild.
got a bit of an anime inspiration to it for sure, sort of like Street Fighter did.
Yeah.
It's got colors and detail.
Fluid motion.
It does not always have a consistent frame rate.
No, but I mean, for the time.
Yeah, I mean, it's not running it. They should have drawn this at 120 frames a second. But yeah, so they did save the best orb unrelated episode for last. Yeah. Arguably, I could maybe be convinced if I thought back really hard on Defenders of the Realm, but to be completely honest, Neil, I don't especially want to.
No, I'm trying to think about it too. I mean, people love
the smoke episode was good.
People love the smoke episode.
People being me.
Yeah, the Sub-Zero smoke episode was good. People love that one. I think what would you do if you were going to break Defenders of the Realm into a watchable, say, 80-minute movie? Do you kick it off with the first episode?
If you're turning Defenders of the Realm into a watchable 80-minute movie, what you do is you take the plot of the finale and stretch it out.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna just, someone wants to see Defenders of the Realms, they just need the highlights. I think you could probably skip right to the smoke episode, because that's gonna handle Sub-Zero's backstory also.
Oh man, so episodes that you would include in that, these are in no particular order: Orb, finale, smoke. Kitana and Sonya are friends now.
Yeah, there it is.
And
I knew there was another good one. The Swords of Vulcan one.
Yeah, I can't remember any of the other ones. Oh, and that one where Jack's hides behind some rocks because it makes me laugh.
But just that one scene. We just put that one scene in.
There's got to be another one. Oh, the one where Scorpion gets sent to the void.
The second episode?
Whenever that one was.
So the most upset, that just reminds me of something I'm incredibly upset about with this show, is that they set us up to expect aerial dogfighting throughout the series. Aerial combat. That's just when you fight the Little Mermaid, right?
Boo this man.
Yeah, they set us up like everyone's like, I wanted Shao Kahn to have that. I guess he kind of did. Or no, those were still Scorpion Warriors, weren't they? So the Nomads, the Tarkatans had fighter jets, and Scorpion and his skeletons.
Are you saying you wanted more fighter jets?
Had fighter jets, and then we just didn't get to see there were just no more fighter jets after that.
I don't care about the fighter jets at all.
But don't you think the Lin Kuei, the cyber Lin Kuei, would have had some fucking fighter jets, dude?
No, I think they would have just had boosters on their physical bodies.
But how cool would that have been to see also? See those big cybers from last episode flying around like Iron Man? I
really don't want... I'm not that interested in that. I hate to be the bearer of disappointment.
Well, agree to disagree, but you are wrong.
Yeah, I would have taken 3 or more episodes about an orb for sure, though.
Totally, yeah.
Oh, isn't there a Quan Chi episode we glossed over?
Yeah, but it wasn't that good. Is the
right?
Thing.
It kind of sucked ass.
It was funny to see a child version of Quan Chi and to see snakes coming out of other snakes.
I seriously think that out of a 13-episode show, we just listed 6 of them as the good ones.
No,
and even that feels like a bit of a stretch.
Well, my list of good ones, I like that Rain episode. I like the Swords of Ilkan, the one with the Kriya people in it.
Yeah, I can hardly even remember the Rain one. I can barely remember a lot of this show, dude.
Yeah, it all blends together. I like the Shang Tsung Resurrection one. That's the Orb one.
Yeah.
That's 3. The finale, and then the
Wing Commander.
And then the Wing Commander episode I liked. The Street Fighter episode I liked. I didn't like the Savage Dragon episode.
No, Savage Dragon one was bad.
So yeah, we're at like 12 or 13 good episodes in this 13 episode
several of those
series.
Were a different show. Those aren't the same.
I don't know, man.
You can't say the best part of watching Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm is watching 3 other TV shows. That's not how it works.
Well, all right, whatever. Agree to disagree, but you're wrong again.
So we're finally here. Our long national nightmare is over. Shasta McNasty is finally free.
Shasta McNasty's been canceled.
God, finally.
And also the show's been canceled.
I've been trying to catch you boys all day. Now that I've got you right where I want you, I'm going to cancel you, Shasta McNasty.
Why do you keep making this SpongeBob joke?
Because I thought of it last night, and it keeps every time I think of it, it makes me laugh. Because picturing the guy when he just goes, "Finally!" is really funny. I've been trying to catch you boys all day.
All right.
It's funny.
It is funny. Let's talk about this cartoon show.
Less funny, but we'll try.
Mortal Kombat, Defenders of the Realm, episode 13, Overthrown.
Finally, we've been able to overthrow this show, am I right?
Do we want to go over to the Corey corner?
If we must, we shall. Welcome to the Corey corner. I don't hear the whole thing. Every time it makes me laugh.
Dude,
I don't know when it's over.
I feel, reach over, hit a button, shit happens. I feel like a fucking professional.
Thank you, listeners, for making us feel like professionals despite talking about whatever the fuck this is. So, Kitana is scheming, plotting, visiting a grave, all of these things. Because it is the 5,000th anniversary of her dad being assassinated.
Yeah, it is.
And Edenia being taken over by the big bad man himself, Shao Kahn. And so she is like, okay, it's my dad's 500th death day. And what I'm going to do to celebrate is overthrow Shao Kahn and take over all of Outworld and free Edenia. That's the plan. She's got some dudes on site.
She's got some boys,
including everybody's favorite Mortal Kombat character, Asgarth, a big muscular bird man with like a feather ponytail that sticks out the top of his head. I need to make so clear that I don't think a Mortal Kombat character in any piece of media has looked more out of place than this fucking guy.
Yeah,
I really don't.
That he was canceled from the Mortal Kombat 11 DLC.
Was he gonna be DLC? Is that real?
Wasn't. No, it's not
could
real.
you imagine?
Combat Pack 3 is like, I don't know, fucking...
Who was the Keeper of the Crystal Realm? What was that guy's name?
God, what was that guy's name?
Fuck. Keeper of the Crystal...
Ramoth, Keeper of the Crystal Realm.
It was going to be Ramoth, and it was going to be fucking Asgarth, and it was going to be Vorpax.
Ramoth, Asgarth, and Vorpax. Combat
Finally,
Pack 3.
a combat pack for me.
And then Dolph Lundgren's character from Aquaman.
Dolph Lundgren's character from Kindergarten Cop 2. So I lost my absolute shit when Asgarth appeared. And also we get a flashback of Edenia being overthrown, and it gets red filter, which means something evil happened.
Now you know it's fucked up and there's violence.
But I'd like to make clear that all of this shit looks extremely fucking cool because the show has production quality now. And as mentioned, it's got a bit of it's got a slightly anime look to it. I know that's a very broad and stupid thing to say because anime looks like a lot of shit, but also get off my back, you know what I mean.
Most animation production houses are still happening over in Asia. Some of that style is going to leak in, and those people are being paid absolutely nothing to do this work. And
it looks really good, and they should probably unionize, if they haven't already. Yeah. So, we've got the Birdman, we've got Liu Kang, and we discover that Kitana has been cutting some deals, including with Shiva and her army of Shao Kahn, who hate the Centaurs, and the Centaurs are loyal to Shao Kahn. Shao Kahn thinks the Shao Kahn are stupid. She's pissed, allegedly, and then we see that the combat crew gang, Cave Gang, is in on it, but Raiden...
Episode 13, we come up with Cave Gang. Damn it.
I know. Save the best for last, baby. So the Cave Gang is in on it, but Raiden thinks this is the worst idea they've ever had, which is kind of an accomplishment if you really think about it. Mm-hmm. And Raiden is doing that classic thing where he keeps getting involved by just saying it's a bad idea, but not giving any concrete advice or help as to why or how to proceed. So classic that. However,
Shiva
seemingly Hold on, I think I'm already getting... There's a lot of twists in the second episode. I think I'm already getting this out of order. Does Shiva allegedly flip sides before they fight the Cybers and then she's back on the team again?
No.
Okay. Sorry, folks. This episode is a twist disaster. There's a lot of twists that I'm going to have to get to later. Bear with me, please.
Yeah. No, we're at the point because we just cut away to the cave gang for a minute, and then we cut back, and Shiva and Ramoth, Keeper of the Crystal, Shiva and Asgarth and Kitana and Liu Kang they're plotting. They're making their plan.
Is this when they just have a drawing of the Earth on the ground?
Yes, they're just
for
scribbling
no
in the
reason.
dirt. Yep.
Okay. So let me find where I am in my fucking notes. Cybers show up and they fight them. Fuck it. Who cares? Moving on.
It proves Shiva's loyalty. So, allegedly.
So instantly, they've been bamboozled again, Kung Lao style. Shiva is revealed to be a shape-shifting Shang Tsung, which I would like to make clear now is the best use of that dude they've done so far.
Yeah.
How are you not doing more of that? And then he goes to... Whoa! Sorry. You can keep that in if you want. It's funny.
Did you swallow a bug like I did that one time?
That was me swallowing my pride. Because I have to talk about Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm still.
God, now I got that Eve 6 song stuck in my head.
Shang Tsung in Shiva form goes to Shao Kahn. And they're just sort of talking. And we know that Motaro is rallying an army, and like people are preparing for like a battle-ass battle. I don't know why I have a note about Stryker. Wait, you're still in the fucking combat cave, Stryker? Are you for real? I don't know why I wrote that down.
I don't know that I am either, except he's giving orders out.
Yeah, anyway, Raiden is deciding to get involved at the last possible second after Sonya says they've been planning for weeks because of a hunch, which, as mentioned, is peak Raiden. And then after saying that he has a bad feeling about this, he demands that Nightwolf cannot go fight. I think that's mean, and we should let Nightwolf live.
Yeah, he benches him for the finale, dude.
Also, for some reason through this scene, Raiden's eyes are bulging in and out of his fucking head as he's saying he has no powers in Outworld. I'm just going to skip to the part where they get the black onesies. I think I'm basically on track.
Yeah, well, that's where we are now.
Yeah, but like I keep interspersed within my notes are things that aren't plot. They're like just thoughts, and parsing what is thought and what is plot is genuinely confusing because this episode is all over the goddamn place. I had to rewatch.
Your whole brain is Defenders of the Realm now. I
had to rewatch the ending and take notes again to make sure I had it straight.
I watched this episode 3 times.
So they get the black onesies.
That was an hour of my life.
And there's they have to they get the black onesies, and they have to go open a big gate to let Shiva's army in, and they're like fighting off red ninjas, and they're fighting off robot guys, and Ermac is here now, and he's got the Widow's Peak of the Century.
You can see his earrings real good in this one.
And Ermac and Liu Kang are fighting. Shao Kahn shows up with a big hammer, and he gets into the fucking fighting, and you're like, oh shit, the gang's all here, and everybody's fucking throwing hands.
There's some Mortal Kombat shit right here, man.
There's a Mortal Kombat logo in the ceiling that gets shattered, it explodes, and there's big robed men, and everybody's just popping the fuck off. And then a very small group of people get let through the main gate that's absolutely not an army at all.
Yeah, there's like 15 of them.
And then, so everybody shows up in this like throne room area, Shao Kahn's area, and everybody just wants to talk. So we discover a couple things. One, it's the Shang Tsung was Shiva double cross, and Shiva and Shang Tsung, like revealing that you've been played and had and bamboozled. But then real Shiva's also there. And hang on. You know what? Fuck it.
Shiva's there. She's on.
I got it.
Okay.
Shiva showed up with Shang Tsung to be on Shang Tsung's team.
Yep.
They're the traitors. Shang Tsung wants to take the throne from Shao Kahn.
Yeah.
That's the reveal there. Shao Kahn escapes, so Shang Tsung declares himself ruler of Outworld purely on the merit that Shao Kahn has fled. I didn't think that was enough, but apparently it is. Shao Kahn is in no way dead. He leaves with some of his boys. I don't know why this counts, but whatever. Raiden arrives in Outworld.
Yes.
And Shang Tsung is like, got you, you stupid bitch. You come to Outworld where you have no powers. I'm going to take over Earthrealm now. And then Raiden says, gotcha, you stupid bitch. There's no way the real Shiva would want to fight with Raiden. So Raiden knew it was a trap because he didn't think that Shiva would agree with him because they loathe each other, he says. So Raiden brought the centaurs to rile shit up with the Shao Kahn, who don't want to be ruled by Shang and think he's a traitor because they are loyal to Shao Kahn still, and then they fight. And then because Raiden doesn't lack all of his powers, despite saying that they can't escape and get back to Earthrealm, they create a portal, and that's exactly what happens.
Yes.
And then
somehow.
the coup attempt is failed, but everybody survives. I want to make abundantly clear that Raiden says very specifically he cannot get them to escape to Earthrealm, and then that's exactly what happens like 2 minutes later.
It's weird because he has that line where he's like,
"Oh my god,
I still have some power here," and I felt like that was him saying, "I've got negotiating powers because I can negotiate with the centaurs."
Fucking the art of the deal?
Maybe, yeah. By Raiden, God of Thunder. Ghost written by Raiden, God of Thunder.
So, also, listeners, if that sounded exhausting, you're right. It is, and it's hard to explain.
Classic Mortal Kombat double cross shit. We saw this all the time in Conquest.
But also, everybody is here.
Yeah.
And it's pretty sick.
It was like the Essence episode of Conquest where Kali is there and Vorpax is there and Shang Tsung shows up and Kung Lao is there and Kitana's there and they're all fighting against each other but also with each other to try to get, the essence. It's one of those classic Mortal Kombat scenarios.
Classic with a K.
With a K. Do you want to go over to the Neil Nook?
Yeah, let's do it. There's like 600 writers you got to get through, so.
Right? Welcome to the Neil Nook.
It's Gucci.
This episode is written by Sean Catherine Derrick with a story by Sean Catherine Derrick, Joshua Wexler, Steve Granat, and Sidney Clark. This was an all hands on deck situation for this one, man. They had to call them all in.
Yeah, much like the cast of characters. They were just like, gang's all here, sorry.
Yeah, we got to bring everyone off the bench for the finale. This is going to be the most important thing we ever do with our lives is write this Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm finale. So, few characters to talk about. We've got John Vernon back as Shao Kahn. I'm only mentioning that because last week Michael DeBars had to fill in for him in the Ermac episode. The Ruby episode. But they got John Vernon back as Shao Kahn in this one. Neil Ross is back as Shang Tsung and Motaro. That is Neil. He spells it wrong. And Don Lewis is back again as Shiva. But the important character that we need to talk about is the Mighty Duck himself, Asgarth, voiced by John Rhys Davies. Does that name sound familiar to you, Corey?
Yeah, I couldn't pin like what he actually does, but I do know the name for sure. It's it's spelled all weird.
Did the voice sound familiar?
No, not initially.
Didn't really sound a little bit like Gimli from Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings, because he was
Neil,
Gimli
you can't
in Peter
do this
Jackson's
to me.
Lord
Neil,
of the
you
Rings.
You can't. I can't believe you've done this to me. I can't believe you're gonna make me say the thing I have to say right now.
You've never seen Lord of the Rings?
No, I've seen The Hobbit though.
But you're a big Hobbit guy. That's fucking hilarious.
I will say that the Hobbit movies, there's like half a movie in there that's actually good. So sorry, fellas. I've seen The Hobbit. It's not great. I have not seen Lord of the Rings. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I was actually talking to a friend of mine who's like not a huge movie watcher but loves Lord of the Rings the other day, and I was telling him that like I need to watch Lord of the Rings and that I think now is the time. I was just sort of feeling it, seeing a lot of people tweet about it, reading about it, and I was like, maybe now's the time. And I'm like, I guess that doesn't mean I've seen it yet, so people can still make fun of me for that now.
Why? First of all, anyone out there is about to make fun of Corey for not seeing Lord of the Rings. You can suck it, all right? leave him alone. It's fine. Corey, it's fine that you haven't seen Lord of the Rings.
Those movies are so fucking long, dude. Shit.
Yeah.
Also, the first one came out when I was 4. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah, you're allowed to not have seen Lord of the Rings. I don't know how people like as a whole would be like, so you've seen every single episode of Mortal Kombat Conquest, but you've never seen Lord of the Rings. That's a little weird, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know shit. Look, man, I didn't make the decision that the extended edition of the 3 movies runs 686 minutes. I didn't make that call.
Did you look that up? Is that accurate?
Yeah. It is.
Holy shit!
The theatrical edition, by the way, is still 558 minutes, which is fucking
Yeah.
twisted.
Those are long movies.
Here's the thing: I want to watch all those big feet little men walk around, just like the rest of us. I want to watch the wizard fight the big man. I want to watch the
Will
beard.
he pass?
I want to watch
Will he
the
not
beard
pass?
fall
Who
apart
knows?
with the elf woman. Look, I want to do all these things. I want to watch Elijah Wood and Sean Astin kiss. I think that happens.
I mean, I'm sure it happens.
And look, I get it, but I have not had the time. Although I did recently get into looking up names from Lord of the Rings.
What? You just recently got into looking up names for Lord of the Rings.
That same friend I was talking to was sending me a bunch of like Tolkien-ass names, and I'm trying to find on Steam because I used one of them as a name, and it made me laugh so hard. Fuck.
All right, Corey.
There was a dude. Hang on, this is my last thing I'm going to say about this.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
There was a dude in some kind of Tolkien shit. I don't know if it was in like the simulation or whatever the fuck.
The Silmarillion.
Sure. But there was a dude named Brandir the Lame.
Wow.
And I just thought everybody should know that.
All right, so you know Lord of the Rings pretty well then.
Like
You're pretty
the
deep.
back of my hand.
So you, Corey, Mr. Corey Price on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
You do a podcast called They Made Another One about movie sequels, reboots, and remakes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to list off a few titles here of other Jonathan Rhys Davies movies that you may have watched or need to add to your list, all right?
Okay.
We're going to kick things off with Anaconda 3, Offspring.
Gross.
We're going to follow that up with Anacondas, Trail of Blood. We're also going to see, maybe this is on your list, it's The Princess Diaries 2, Royal Engagement.
Okay.
And here's one more. Now, this guy's been in a lot of stuff. I was selective. Maybe you've heard or seen a little movie called Bloodsport 3, starring Daniel Bernhardt.
I can't say I've seen it. It might be on our list. I would have put some Daniel Bernhardt on our list.
Well, Jonathan Rhys Davies isn't that.
Or we could just do Burning Hearts Club.
I have to edit that out now.
I know.
Someone's going to steal the idea.
I know. Hold on. I just found something very funny about Brandir the Lame.
Okay. Let's hear it.
From TolkienGateway.net.
Okay.
The opening explainer for Brandir the Lame says, Brandir became a leader of his people despite his deformity, yet he became ensnared by the doom of Turin and died by his sword unjustly.
Oh, no.
What does that fucking mean?
Brandir the Lame. What's wrong with you,
By
man?
his sword unjustly. What does that mean?
I don't know. Couple more things.
I'm reading here that he was slandered when he died, which is a mean thing to do to somebody. I didn't get off this fucking webpage. Holy shit.
You do. Well, two more roles for John Rhys Davies here. He is General James Paladin Taggart in Wing Commander 3, Heart of the Tiger, and Wing Commander 4, The Price of Freedom.
Nice.
Also, he was in Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think. Tight. Okay, that's it for the Neil Nook. Let's jump into this motherfucker. So yeah, so we're picking up. We've discovered that Outworld conquered Edenia 5,000 years prior to
5,000 years ago.
5,000 years ago. Yeah, there it is. There's the word. And this is the anniversary of King Jared's death, or the next day.
Gerard?
Right? This is the day before. This is the day before.
Gerard.
The King Jared, Jared and his best friend Darren.
And his best knight Asgarth.
And his best knight Asgarth. Yeah, it really just came out of nowhere, and he really
Really
doesn't
just
look like
a birdman that is a knight named Asgarth. Really just kind of shows up for 20 minutes.
Sure.
Like that's just a thing they could do.
And he looks like the Mighty Ducks cartoon, except he's clearly like supposed to be an eagle, right? Like he's got eagle beak features. I don't know how into birds you are.
I'm big into ornithology.
Mm-hmm. Also, missed opportunity. They should have cast John Rhys Davies in Birdman.
Because he was a birdman?
Yes. Jesus Christ. All right.
No. I think it's funnier to point out the stretch that was.
All right, fine. They should have cast Michael Keaton in this cartoon. What do you... Jesus Christ.
What? What do you want me to say?
I don't know.
How am I supposed to react?
Go read more Lord of the Rings names. I got the podcast from here. All right. All right. So I do like what we see of Edenia before it was conquered. And like Kitana's talking to her dad's grave. And she's talking about like she liked walking with him through the water forests, which I guess are all like what we saw in that flashback of like.
Truth be told, somebody should tell the Kitana that's called a lake.
Sure.
And they just built fountains.
Maybe it's magic though. You know, you never know.
Yeah, I guess they do a bunch of magic shit over there. They didn't have enough magic to not be fucking conquered.
Now, tell me, did you catch this? I watched this episode 3 times. No access to subtitles. No access to subtitles at all for this fucker. When she's remembering the day and she's like, I'll never forget the day that Shao Kahn arrived and fucking murdered you, Dad, and conquered Edenia.
This is the only Doter episode where they say fuck.
She says... the day of Shao Kahn.
I don't believe you.
She says it.
Can I? Am I being a dick if I say, can I check?
You can check.
Because that would be absolutely wild hilarious.
I want you to check, actually. I'm looking for confirmation. I want you, if you didn't hear that, I want you to
I did not hear that
for it.
Even a little bit.
We're going to take the time.
This is the combat cast you paid forward.
Hold on, I'm also bringing it up.
It sounds like she's saying the day of Shao Kahn, but let me hear it again.
Because she already mentions him before.
I know. I've only heard it once. Just give me a second.
The beginning of Shao Kahn's reign of terror. The day of Shao Kahn.
It sort of sounds like that.
Right?
See, the problem is, on Conquest, they say Shaka, like the beginning of it sounds less like his name, and in this it sounds more like his name.
Right, but
I'm willing to believe you.
Yeah, there's also no shortage of them reworking ideas for future stuff. You know, we've seen that several times already.
Here's the thing,
mostly with the Kriya people.
Why would this be called the Day of Shaka when, if the last time we saw this, Shaka was a place?
Well, the place is named after him. I don't know, man. Like maybe it's just what they do.
Yeah, I'm just saying the borrowing might make this more weirdly muddled than it needs to be.
Right.
Because in each show, it's a distinctly different thing than this.
Look, I don't know, man. I don't have a big theory, boys, prepared for this or anything like that.
I thought you did, which is why I was kind of leading into it a little bit more.
No, I just thought it was interesting. I was like, maybe when he conquers, maybe the people in Shao Kahn started calling it Shao Kahn and praising their god Shao Kahn and all that kind of stuff. And it was Shao Kahn, of course, but it was a city and a person and all of that kind of stuff. Maybe this is just like the legend. 5,000 years later, this is what like they refer to as like the day of Shao Kahn, when Shao Kahn overthrew our King Gerard. If you insist I say it right.
I was just goofing. Yeah. You can say it however you want. Man, really
King
quick.
Jerry.
Have you looked at the YouTube channel that we've watched the other uploads? Because I feel like I'm going insane. It is the weirdest combination of things.
I'm not watching it that way, but so no.
Oh, it's a weird combination of things.
Is it is there a whole bunch of WMAC Masters episodes on there?
No, there's not that much. The two most recent uploads are the first ever episode of Doraemon and then a documentary about Hitler. And then a bunch of deleted scenes from a movie that I can't tell what it is. Some stuff from a Tom Clancy movie. The Racing Brothers Let's and Go. A trailer for Starship Troopers. The making of Starship Troopers.
Tight.
Some stuff from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the movie. Chujin Sentai Jetman Exercise.
Holy shit. Is this my YouTube channel?
Assassin's Creed Ubisoft logo, which is 9 seconds, and I think it's just the logo.
Okay, so it's not my channel.
Another thing with the Racing Brothers Let's and Go, and then a bunch more Defenders of the Realm, and an entire CD by, I believe this is Nike Ardilla. Don't know what that is. And then Corey, there are 2 videos right at the end of him streaming playing a Top Gun video game.
Okay.
End of sentence, end of thought, moving on.
Thanks for that.
Anyway, I thought that was weird.
Yeah, very weird. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, you pretty much covered everything, right? We just need to go into detail about a few things. Like,
Like the fact that it looks good.
It looks really good. The episode looks good. I'm hesitant to say it looks great. It looks good.
Shiva looks a lot better. Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung both look a lot better.
Yeah.
Whereas
Shang Tsung looks real cool.
I find that the actual cave gang, I can't believe we didn't come up with that sooner. Fuck.
I know. Jesus.
The actual cave gang doesn't look different. It just kind of has more refinement. Whereas Shiva, Shang Tsung, and Shao Kahn all feel like improved.
Kitana looks
meaningfully
better too.
Improved.
Kitana looks improved as well. I think
it all looks improved. I'm not saying they're not all improved, but I'm saying like the designs for those three look a bit different.
They do, totally. We should track. I think the big thing we need to do here is track so Kitana wants to overthrow Shang Tsung, Jesus Christ, wants to overthrow Shao Kahn, and Asgarth has been collecting people loyal to King Jerrod in Outworld.
You can say Jared, it's fine.
To join them? No, I'm going to say Jerrod every single time now.
J-Man.
Jerry.
King Jerry.
King Jerry.
Yeah, they've been gathering boys for a big fight.
Gathering weird-looking monster boys, which I think is cool because he went to that prison in the Savage Dragon episode and just broke out all the convicts.
They're like, you guys want to fight some demons?
Because do you remember in the Mortal Kombat, the 95 novelization, I told you how it's like full of monsters that we don't get in the movie?
I do remember that.
Yeah, this is like a nice reference to that. They're like, okay, we can finally afford to do the monsters now.
Oh, quick fun fact for you.
Yeah.
No one has ever said the sentence you just said, which is, do you remember that time I told you about the Mortal Kombat 1995 novelization? No one has ever said that.
Probably not the first time I've said it, honestly. I've probably said it other times.
And no one else has said it. Is that like a daily affirmation that you do when you wake up in the morning?
I mean, you've said it now, so that's been ruined for me. But anyway, Asgarth's big concern is he's like, even with the 15 people I was able to gather to help our cause,
it's not really not a lot of people, dude.
It's 15 people.
We got 15 passionate boys. And they're
they
here
all
to
got
fight.
lumpy heads,
and some of their eyes are bulging out of their head like Raiden.
Yeah,
that's the weirdest thing that I've maybe ever seen, is that they're trying to communicate like
just how stressed out he is over this
changing feeling, and his eyes just get bigger and smaller.
Yeah, they do that in Batman the animated series also, and it's insane to see.
It's insane to see.
It really is. There's moments in Batman the Animated Series, especially the early episodes, the Sean Catherine Derrick
where they're trying to figure it out.
Call it, where he has a looks of sheer terror on his face, like he's about to like wet his pants. It's not even a joke. So so Asgarth, Birdman Asgarth's big concern is he's like, I feel like we need to pull one of the factions away from Shao Kahn's control.
And Kitana's like, don't even fucking worry about it, bro.
We got this. And it's Shiva, right? Shiva shows up, and Asgarth and Liu Kang are like about to fight her, and Kitana's like, no, Shiva's cool. Shiva shows up. I don't think she's had this in any other episode. It's referenced multiple times in this. She shows up and she's like, hello, darlings.
Yeah, they gave her like a weird affectation that she absolutely did not have before. But every character treats it like she's always talked like that.
Yeah, Raiden mocks her for it later.
Yeah, and it's definitely new.
Yeah, and her whole thing, the reason she's here is she's done taking orders from Shao Kahn because Shao Kahn promoted all of the Minotaurs, and the Minotaurs are leading his forces and the generals now, and the Shokan will never take orders from the
Centaurs?
Minotaurs. Whatever.
I've been saying centaurs. No, I was genuinely making sure I wasn't wrong.
It is 100% centaurs.
I can't have the Tolkien people after me and the Minotaurs after me.
Well, good news. You're correct. It is centaurs. I'm saying Minotaurs because of Motaro. I think I'm just mixing the two up. I don't know what the difference is, if there even is one. Are Minotaurs like half bull, half man or something?
Minotaur, like from the video game Hades and nothing else, is a bull man on top with human legs.
Yeah, that's a Minotaur. Centaurs are what the centaurs
Horseman
are.
bottom.
Yeah. That's something different, Corey.
Gross. Sex is icky. I've never even heard of it.
Anyway. Yeah, so she's done. She's like, I'm not taking orders from the Centaurs or any Minotaurs for that matter. So we're with you. We're going to restore you to the throne, Princess Kitana. You're the rightful heir. So they think everything's like all cool and tight, right? But and that's when she says, she's like, now we're going to need the Shiva's like, we're going to need the help of all your boys back in the cave, your little cave gang. We're going to need their help.
Cut to the cave gang.
Kitana's like, don't worry, they'll be here when it's time. And she was like, good, I'm looking forward. Shiva says, I'm looking forward to fighting alongside the god of thunder, right?
Right. She does very specifically say that.
And that's
and
very
that sets
important.
off Raiden's fucking spider sense because he's like,
Sure.
I don't like her. She doesn't like me.
She would never want that. Anyway, so
some
he's in the
shit's
cave.
fucked up.
Everyone else is in the cave. Raiden's like, something about this doesn't add up. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it.
And everybody's like, you're deciding to say that now? It's been like 3 months.
The gang is just kind of having conversations about this. Sub-Zero doesn't trust Shiva, right? And then Sonya has to remind him that he switched allegiances. You know, they have to bring that up every fucking episode, which is honestly why you don't have to watch the first episode, because they touch on that plenty of times throughout the series, that Sub-Zero used to be
why.
Lin Kuei. And they talk about like how if the rebellion works, Kitana's going to have to go back to Outworld and like she'll have to leave the team.
And Liu Kang is
probably going to be sad about that, and he is. He's in his feels.
So he's sad, and then Sonya's like, I'll miss Kitana also. And then Jax goes, "How you fucking idiot, you have feelings? What an idiot."
Yeah.
Which is a weirdly negative reaction to the idea that Sonya would miss her friend.
Yeah, it is weird. He makes a mention too, because they're like, hey, if this rebellion works,
right,
then maybe we're gonna be in peace, like we're gonna have peace finally here in Earthrealm. And Jax again is like, nah, there's still reptile men and Scorpion out there that we're gonna have to fucking deal with. So like, not really, but it'll help some.
Yeah, Jax is just like, I want to keep doing war crimes. So I think we should be allowed to continue doing this.
Yeah. So that's all these conversations amongst the team about what this is going to mean for the future of the team and everything like that in the future, and maybe this fucking rebellion's going to work. That'd be tight. We go back to Outworld, where Asgarth, Shiva, Kitana, and Liu Kang are drawing in the dirt to plan out their attack, and they get attacked by cybers. Shiva like tries to pretend she's captured Liu Kang and Kitana as traitors, and
yeah,
Kitana's
weirdly
like,
she's just like, I'm gonna act natural. I got them.
Katana's like, this isn't gonna work. They're dumb fucking robots, and Shiva's like, oh, that's right. And then they all just beat up all the robots.
Oh yeah, I don't have to lie to robots.
Yeah. They just blow up all the robots so they can't take the information back.
I'd like to point out that this episode looks significantly better, but there are parts in this fight scene. The fighting looks somehow even less dynamic in terms of movement than it did before. There's more effects, but there's less going on. And it like drops frames a bunch, which is weird.
I mean, to be fair, there's no like high quality release of these episodes, so we're sort of, it could be an error with what we're watching, the way that we're watching it. But,
but unfortunately, that's what we're stuck with.
Right. That was our experience. Anyway, they fuck up all the cybers, and then this proves Shiva's loyalty. Now we get the scene at the Black Tower where we find out that Shang Tsung is Shiva in disguise. And he's like, he asked Shao Kahn, like, why did you send me instead of the real Shiva? And Shao Kahn's like, because Shiva's
Shiva's a dumb piece of shit.
She's too fucking dumb to convince Princess Kitana.
I don't know how Shiva caught wind of this, but she did.
Shang Tsung filed that away, then went and told her. And that's why she joined him.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Fuck. What is 100%. Up with me today? Shit.
It's all right.
No, you're right. Fuck.
Yeah. That's why she's on Shang Tsung's side, because Shang Tsung told her, hey, Shao Kahn thinks you're dumb. And she's like, I'll show him who's dumb.
Me still. Because she doesn't really gain a lot here.
No.
She gains a conflict with the centaur she already had. And Shang Tsung not actually having control over anything.
Yeah. No, everybody loses in this episode, dude.
Yeah. Including actually, that's not the word I wanted, except for us, because we don't have to watch the show anymore.
The other thing we learn here from Shao Kahn is that he's sent the centaurs, he sent Motaro and the boys off to like rally all the nomads and get them in line and everything.
Yeah.
So he's a little worried that they're not going to get back in time before the rebellion happens. He may not have his centaur army, right?
Centaurmy.
Again, coming up with all the good ideas of the last episode.
I know, right? Fuck.
Oh, God, I want to talk about that scene when they were planning the attack, and Liu Kang is like trying to tell Kitana how he feels.
And Kitana's just like, not now.
Yeah, we're busy. We're busy, dude.
Can't you see we're busy planning a coup?
Trying to save my kingdom.
I don't care about your feelings.
But he's going to give it a shot again the next morning. And Kitana is sort of like, I mean, we know she's into him. She's preoccupied, right? She's like, look, I'm honor bound to protect my realm and restore it and protect my people.
And I am not honor bound for you to be my boyfriend.
It's going to be a bummer having to leave the team, but like I need to do this. And to Liu Kang's credit, he's like supportive of that, right? He's not like trying to make her feel bad. He's not trying to get her like to like not go away to college and stay in town instead or anything like that, you know? So, you know, bare minimum points for Liu Kang. And then my note says Asgarth says some fantasy shit.
Yeah, he probably did.
Yeah, so the dawn is upon us.
The men are here and they're ready to rumble. Like the hit film, Ready to Rumble.
Have you all seen Lord of the Rings?
Do you guys like David Arquette?
This is a very Lord of the Rings type of moment with our armies amassing in the morning to do battle.
Have you guys met my brother Gimli?
I'm Asgarth. Quack, quack.
Like a
quack,
duck would do.
Quack, quack. He's like, let's go over the tactics. All right, we need to do the flying V.
I was going to say
the
that.
Knuckle puck. We got to do the knuckle puck.
We got to do the bullying children as an adult man.
And we're going to defeat Iceland in hockey. That was the plot of the second movie, right? Team USA.
I've never. You think dude? I haven't seen Lord of the Rings. You think I've seen Mighty Ducks? Fuck no.
I'm more shocked that you haven't seen Mighty Ducks than that you haven't seen. Lord
Why? Because I live in Canada. That's racist.
No, because Mighty Ducks is good.
Are you saying Lord of the Rings is bad? Is it call
I'm saying
post?
if you wanted me, if you said, hey Neil, you feel like watching, we're gonna watch a movie. We're either gonna watch any one of the Lord of the Rings movies or Mighty Ducks 2. I'm picking Mighty Ducks 2.
Does that include the Ralph Bakshi ones?
Like 9 times out of 10. I'm not including the Ralph Bakshi 1 in it.
It would be so funny if I was like, no, I've never seen that, but I have seen the Ralph Bakshi one.
Some people, yeah, the Ralph Bakshi one's a classic.
Dude draws huge feet in that.
Who did the other two? The guys who did who did like Rudolph and everything.
Oh,
Rankin and Bass. They did The Hobbit and The Return of the King. That's right.
More like Rankin and ass. More like Asgarth and ass. That sounded so far away.
It keeps echoing.
That sounded like somebody shot a gun in Toronto and I heard it from here.
All right. Anyway, everyone's so Shiva shows up and the other outworlders show up and everyone's like ready to like do this shit, right?
Yeah, they're gonna fucking fight.
So now's the part in the cave where Stryker's giving coordinates and everyone's like ready to like head out and everything.
And
he's
Raiden's
just
like hold it.
He's just like giving out like time codes in military time and 6 degrees east over the
alpha beta coordinates at 0200 hours.
And Raiden's like, no, dude, I'm not gonna let you all march off to your death. And they're just all kind of like, yeah, we have to, or else this is gonna fail.
Or else everybody else is gonna die. Fucking bye, Dad.
And Raiden's like, Nightwolf, you're on the bench, and I'm also not going because I don't have any powers in Earth Realm. Remember, Stryker, you dumb piece of shit.
You dumb piece of shit.
And then he says something really stupid, which is, if Kitana's plan is solid, the absence of 2 players won't make a difference, which is just not good strategy because she's only got about 12 people over there helping her out anyway. She probably needs Nightwolf, the most powerful, best person on this team that we've seen in this cartoon show. And also a God of Thunder would probably be pretty helpful. So he's like, I'm just going to take away, I mean, no powers in Earthrealm, whatever. He's still a good fighter. We saw him kick Shang Tsung's ass without using any magic powers, right? So like, he's just taking their 2 most powerful people off, like, out of the game. Stupid strategy. Raiden bad at war. Terrible at war.
Mortal Kombat bad at war. Sorry, I didn't have a good follow-up joke for that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's no problem. So now we get like
they're all gonna be winners.
We get the catsuit part right now.
Yeah, the onesie part. I couldn't remember the phrase catsuit. So I just said onesie in all of my notes.
Nice. Right before that though, we do get a scene where we see somebody in a hood who's totally not Raiden.
No, not even a little bit.
Talk to Motaro and the boys. It's Raiden. We shouldn't lie.
It's Jeffrey Meek specifically.
Specifically Jeffrey Meek.
It's a human live action FMV
But he's dubbed over with Clancy Brown's voice still.
I mean, they've proven that they're willing to dub over Jeff Meek's fucking face. So
yeah, once you work for Threshold Entertainment, apparently they can
they
just
can
do
just
whatever
resurrect
the fuck
your
they
body
want
forever.
with your picture. We'll get into that next week. So yeah, so now Kitana and the boys are scaling the Black Tower in their cat suits.
It's my favorite Stephen King book.
Scaling the Black Tower?
In our cat suits. Right. We're almost there. We're almost free from this prison.
We really are, man. So now they're just in the top of the Black Tower. Like, I think they fuck up a couple cybers, and they're like, now we got to get down to the ground
and some
so we
red
can open
ninjas.
the main gate. And then they start traveling down, and then they fuck up some red ninjas, and it's on this floor that I guess, did they just like pop into Shao Kahn's throne room? Because he's just there on his throne.
I don't know if it's the throne room or if it's just a room where he has a throne. You know what I mean?
He may have a throne in every room.
Yeah,
maybe
like,
it was what if it was the bathroom?
I don't know if it's like the capital T throne room. Or just a room with like a lowercase t thrown in it.
Yeah, it's like it's his lounge. It's his lounge.
Yeah, it's a chaise.
It's his toilet.
It's his fuck, that's not the word I wanted. I had a joke. It's gone. Never mind.
That's good because I'm gonna cut out the part where I said it's his toilet also.
Great. Happy for that.
Yeah. Thrilled that
Shao
I get to
Kahn's like,
out.
welcome to my shit room. We will fight. I mean, I can keep it in if you want.
I'm gonna work it in. I'm gonna keep it in. But sometimes I really love saying something knowing that I'm gonna edit it out later. And it's like, oh, I was just able to get that out of my mind.
Finally,
and I'm so
free.
happy to delete this. Yeah, and Shadow Priests are there, and Red Ninjas are there, and Ermac comes out, and he's not wearing his mask, so we can see his Widow's Peak and his Van Dyke and his earrings and everything.
Hold on, his what?
His Van Dyke. That's when you have. It's a type of beard.
What the fuck?
Named after Flemish painter Anthony Van Dyke. A Van Dyke specifically consists of any growth of both a mustache and a goatee.
This is the Musketeer
with all hair on the cheeks shaved. Yeah, he's got a Van.
It's the Musketeer.
Would you say Ermac has a Van Dyke?
Cannot picture his face.
Okay,
but yes.
So Ermac's here. He may or may not have a Van Dyke.
I'm gonna find out.
He definitely has earrings. Yeah, and they just fuck around and fight, right, for a little while.
Yeah.
And then the combat, the cave gang busts through the ceiling, and they help out in the fight. And Liu Kang's able to open the gate, so the 12 Outworlders are able to rush in also. And Shao Kahn's like feeling the pressure
of those 12 extra dudes.
Yeah.
And also everybody gets tracked in a fucking ring of fire first.
Oh yeah, and it looked tight, and like Kitana uses her fans to like
blow it out,
the fire and stuff like that. It was pretty rad.
Famously, Johnny Cash's career was nearly derailed when somebody brought a fan to a concert.
Yeah. Also,
get it?
No. Yeah, I get it. Happy?
No. No, I'll never be happy.
Yeah.
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 Now all the double crossing is going to start to happen, right?
Yeah, which we've already we don't need to explain all the double crosses again, I don't think.
Shiva shows up, and Kitana's like, gotcha, and Shao Kahn's like, oh, did you? And then Shiva shows up, and then one of the Shivas turns into Shang Tsung.
And they're like, oh!
And then the other Shiva's like, fuck you, we work for Shang Tsung now, Shao Kahn, because you called us stupid. You're the one who's stupid.
Gotcha, you fucking piece of shit.
Says that. And then
can't believe you watched this episode 3 goddamn times.
This is when he has his line, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Important note, ladies and gentlemen. This episode features the single greatest line delivery the show has ever had. And instead of butchering that here for you, we're just gonna play it.
Traitors! I will crush you both!
Did you hear it?
Yeah, could you play that one more time, please?
Traitors! I will crush you both!
Traitors! I will crush you both! That doesn't quite work.
Traitor! Traitors! I will crush you both!
Shout out to my man Gimli for that one. That was him, right?
No, this was John Vernon.
Fuck. Oh, Gimli's the bird. God damn
Gimli's the bird, dude.
Fuck.
Wild too, because in Lord of the Rings he's also a bird.
Shout out to my man Vernon for that gold, that absolute gold. Yeah, that's him yelling at those two fucks.
Yeah, and then Shang Tsung's like, I win, and he tries to kill. He tells Shao Kahn, you are finished, and tries to kill him, and Shao Kahn and his Shadow Priest run off like little baby boys.
Yeah, they
and
just
he's like,
disappear
I win.
away.
Yeah.
And Shang Tsung instantly says, "Cool, I guess I'm in charge of Outworld now."
Yeah, and then fucking Raiden pops in and he's like, "No, you're not."
Why would you think that's how that works? That's insane.
First of all, that's not how government works. Second of all, I brought Motaro and the boys, and they're like, "You guys, we're loyal to Shao Kahn, and you betrayed him." And then Kitana like gets into it, and she's like, "Motaro, you know I hate Shao Kahn, but Shiva and
think about how much Shang Tsung fucking sucks."
And then she does the thing that works on every dumb guy ever,
which is just appealing to pride.
Yes, she's like, "I can't believe the centaurs would bow to the Shao Kahn," and he's like, "We ain't bowing to anyone. Let's fucking fight."
Punch the shit out of everybody before I bow to some kind of fucking forearm piece of shit. Is basically what happens.
It's fucking battle royale because Raiden's like, "Look, once they're done fucking each other up, they're all gonna kill us."
Yeah,
so we
cue
gotta, like,
Mortal Kombat movie
outta
theme,
here.
and then everybody starts to fight.
Bum, bum, bum. Is it? Did yours have the Mortal Kombat movie theme?
I'm
in
just
it?
saying.
Okay.
Just picture that in your mind.
If they were gonna do it, that was the moment to do it, right?
I want to hear a man scream. I want to hear the Birdman scream Mortal Kombat.
And then I don't know. They fuck around and fight for a little while. Sub-Zero freezes a Nomad because the Centaurs brought the Nomads, brought the Tarkatans. Freezes a Nomad, shatters him into pieces. One of the few fatalities we see in this show, but we do see that one pretty often. And then he says, what does he say?
Nothing burns hotter than ice.
Nothing burns hotter than ice.
Which is I don't know what that is. That's not a great analogy.
It's a bad line. It's a bad line.
And I get what he means with, like, you know, really, really cold stuff does burn.
Yeah. Doesn't it, like, just make your finger fall off right away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why Sub-Zero famously has no hands.
Oh, that's why. Of course.
Yeah.
But then Raiden just like opens a portal and he's like, "Marines, we are leaving," and everyone jumps through the portal. As Kitana and Liu Kang approach it, Raiden is like straight up like, "Hey, I'm really sorry that your rebellion was a fucking bust. It sucks." And she's like, "That's okay. One day Outworld will return to Edenia," or something like that, she says, which is very confusing. And I'm not about to dive into what realms mean in this. Like,
it's all gibberish.
Does she mean in like, is she now saying Outworld will return to being Edenia again?
It doesn't
like
matter.
Turn back into Edenia?
No
That's
one
what
knows.
I think she must mean. And then Liu Kang and her, I don't know, they say some shit about like they'll be together when that happens or whatever. And
Yeah.
they hold hands and walk through the portal together, leaving the Birdman back in Outworld. They could have brought him with them.
He would be rejected by our Earth society.
He can just live in the cave with Nightwolf, who apparently also has been rejected by our society, and that's why he never gets to go outside.
He's been rejected by Cave Gang because they just mistreat him and think he's just a computer man.
Just team up Birdman with Cabal.
Yeah, but Cabal works alone.
Well, if he had a Birdman he could hang out with, he probably wouldn't.
Look,
feel
he's
like
a
it anymore.
man first and a Birdman second, okay?
Do you think Asgarth can fly?
No.
We didn't see wings, but he had clothes on the whole time.
I don't think he can fly because I think if he could, he would have.
Right. Good point. He would have just flown up to the top of the Black Tower.
Yeah.
Smart. Good thinking. Smart observation.
That like somebody had one good thought about this show for once, and it short-circuited your entire brain. Wow, man, that's a fucking good idea. Like, if you had wings, you could just fly. Fuck. If you think about it, if Gimli had wings, he could have flown too, all the way to Mordor.
Jesus Christ.
Nobody just flies into Mordor. Well, you can't if you're Gimli, or you have big birds. Isn't that what that movie's about?
There are big birds in that movie. Yes.
The fucking horns of Gondor or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they're called. That's it, man.
And then Defenders of the Realm ended forever.
With Liu Kang and Kitana holding hands. Kind of sweet.
Yeah, that's a nice image. And it was definitely a better visual image.
Sure, yeah, it looked better.
It's very funny that this finale has every character they could think of and all of this shit happening, and ultimately, literally none of it matters at all.
None of it.
Not a single part of this episode matters or means anything.
Nope. And that's the end of the Threshold Entertainment Mortal Kombat universe.
Or is it?
Or is it? Corey,
Neil.
Next week, we got something kind of insane to talk about, don't we?
Kind of
Really insane to talk about.
This is, look, I don't want to build expectations too high, but I'm going to. Because this is the single fucking craziest thing they possibly could have made.
Yes. This is a little known 2000s, year 2000.
The year 2000, like, like the song from Where the Boys Live.
Threshold Entertainment production. A web series before web series were really a thing.
And gambling.
With an online game component called Mortal Kombat Federation of Martial Arts. We're going to see some familiar faces. We're going to see some new faces. We're going to learn all kinds of new shit about this universe. And we are going to get definitive proof that Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm is a sequel to Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Finally, they just buried it in the little-known web series.
Yes. And we're going to talk about that next week. But for now, Corey, should we fuck off through this portal before we get stomped on by centaurs?
Yeah, but before we get out here, centaurs are famously slow, right? They got so many legs, they start tripping over each other. It's a fucking disaster.
Yeah, we got a minute or two.
We got some people to thank because this is, again, lest we forget, 1 year anniversary of the show. And, it hasn't just been us screaming at each other. It's been a lot of that. But, you've heard from some other folks. We've had people help us out along the way.
Yeah. We are celebrating our 1 year anniversary by being fucking done with Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm. And that feels really good. But we want to thank a lot of the people who have helped us get this far on this journey. So, first up, thank you, Paul, Dominic, Danny, Dakota, Dave, Jason, Brandon, Jeff, Damion, Jade Dickinson for making that sweet Quan Chi banner on our Twitter. Ben Mekler, I guess.
Wow.
Yassine, Josh, and Jay. Whoever's been giving us money at ko-fi.com/mkpodquest. Sarah Garvin for lending us her voice talents. Adani Moropis and Paolo Montalban for contributing to the show. Tracy Douglas in spirit. The rest of the boys from Mortal Kombat Conquest, Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa for watching our Instagram stories, and of course, Sean Catherine Derrick, everybody's favorite Mortal Kombat character.
We couldn't do it without you. I hope you get out a reboot someday.
And sincerely, to everyone out there who has been listening to us for the past year, thank you so much.
Yeah, it's been a wild ride. I know that's kind of a corny thing to say, but I feel like it genuinely has. And
it really has.
Can't believe people pay us for this. That's weird. Don't feel obligated to do that. It's very cool though. So I mean, if you want to, I don't know. And yeah, everybody who sent in voice messages, everybody who, even if you've listened one time, thank you. That's wild because this is a dumb show that we make, and yeah. I'm glad that people like it.
We've been losing our minds for weeks now watching Defenders of the Realm, and you guys
so
make it worth it.
This is over. I never want to watch this again.
It's a great feeling to know we're not just screaming into the void about Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm.
Yeah.
There are actually people
and
out there
unrelated to Mortal Kombat Defenders of the Realm, I'd like to thank whoever runs that Wing Commander Twitter account.
Big thanks to Wing Commander Combat Information Center, WCnews.com. That was a really nice little write-up they did about our Warrior King episodes.
Yeah, and just genuinely helpful information to make that make sense.
Yeah. Shout out to Tabmock99, who has given me a few links and resources for some of this Mortal Kombat stuff we've talked about.
Yeah, he's the guy.
He's the guy on YouTube, Instagram, all those places.
Like capital T, the guy.
And yeah, now that the awkward thank yous are out of the way, I think we did a pretty good job handling those things.
And also, oh my God, if we forgot you, we're sorry, but thank you.
Yes, if we forgot you, send in a voice message. We'll just play it
Chastise
right on the show.
us.
We'll take our lumps. We'll swallow our medicine.
And as another thank you, we're going to talk about the most insane shit I've ever seen in my life next week.
Next week, Mortal Kombat Federation of Martial Arts, the final entry in the Threshold Entertainment universe. As far as I know, if we find something else later, we'll have to talk about that too. But for now, that's going to be the end of it. So what do you have to plug, Corey?
You already kind of did it for me. They Made Another One is the other show that I do with my friends Liam and Mitch, where we talk about reboots and remakes and all that kind of movie stuff. Sometimes good ones, often bad ones, sometimes old ones, rarely new ones. That's at They Made Another on Twitter, and They Made Another One on all your podcast services. And I'm at on Twitter at I Keep it in. Keep it all in. I'm at Mr. Corey Price on Twitter.
That's at Mr. Corey Price on Twitter. And you can find me on Twitter at Final Neil. Follow my retro gaming Instagram account at Final Neil Retro. I don't know. Follow me on Twitch. I'll stream again soon. Mortal Kombat stuff. Twitch.tv/Final Neil. Follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at MK Podquest. Subscribe to the show in your podcast app. Subscribe on YouTube. Watch the ultimate version of our episodes. If you like what we do and want to support the show, anchor.fm/MKPodquest, you can contribute there or at ko-fi.com/MKPodquest. Send in voice messages anytime you got anything to say. We love getting them. We love playing them on the show. Send those through our Anchor page or just record a voice memo. Email it to mkpodquest@gmail.com. Is that it? I think I got everything. Did I get everything?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and we will be back next week to talk about Mortal Kombat Federation of Martial Arts.
Oh boy. Everybody remember Ruby?
I'm going to cut that audio out of this episode of you having no fucking clue who she was. And I'm going to put it in
last time on.
Yeah. I'm going to put it in the next episode, like after the credits.
Honestly, you can put it at the beginning. I don't give a shit.